Alright, you guys, so after nearly a month of silence, Monica Rial, the Dragon Ball Z guide voice actress of Bulma, has at last broken her silence and has at last issued her statement on what Vic Mignogna, the voice of Broly from Dragon Ball Super Broly, allegedly did to her. Now, guys, I'm going to state right off the bat, for all of you guys that are Monica supporters, I still do not blame you. This is not meant to be disrespectful to anybody who stands on any side of the support fence, whether you're pro Monica or stand with Vic or any of that. All I'm saying is this statement should, or rather could, make people rethink their judgment. So Monica basically starts out by saying, it's such a shame that I have to make a statement here on Twitter to basically explain myself, and I'm basically fed up with the fighting, fed up with the drama, fed up with the attacks on both sides, and most of all, I'm heartbroken and even offended that the anime community would gang up and attack me like this. And now I'm going to reveal to you guys what supposedly happened between Monica Rial and the legendary Vic Mignogna back in the early 2000s. So guys, okay. Now, Monica does not give an exact year for this alleged incident to have happened. All she really says is, back in the early 2000s, Vic and I were attending a convention together, and he asked me up to his room to watch a video. Now, she doesn't say what that video specifies. And so supposedly during this private meeting, Vic grabbed the endful of Monica's hair and supposedly kissed her. Now the reason why she says she freezed up and just decided to carry on and act normally is actually because she reveals in this tweet that that she was actually raped at the age of 17, and that sometimes rape victims often tend to do nothing out of a sense of fear that they could be raped again. And Monica also says that Vic may have been whispering to her a little too close, to the point that in some cases his lips were almost touching her neck. But guys, again, the thing is, if this incident really did happen back in the early 2000s, and even though, unfortunately, yes, as I stand, Monica is unfortunately a rape victim. But Monica, my dear, if you are seriously saying that Vic really grabbed your hair, was acting with you, and that very intimate, and I will admit creepy kind of way, and gave you a kiss that was not consensual rather, why did you still not run out of the hotel room, call the local cops, or tell somebody at the convention immediately, and instead of just carrying on and acting like nothing had ever happened for the rest of the convention. And furthermore, Monica goes on to say, I kept on forgiving Vic because he was my friend, and we continued to see each other both on voice acting jobs and at various conventions. And I heard that he was engaging in similar behavior with fans. But again, guys, the real crack in Monica's story is she did not attempt to report Vic to the authorities, and she kept allowing herself to be engaged with an individual that she felt was maybe a little bit too embracive on her, and she still calls him a friend. But here's the kicker. Then Monica Rial has the audacity, after ruining a man's 30-plus year career on shows such as Full Metal Alchemist, Rooster Teeth, and including, for our purpose, you guys, the Dragon Ball franchise. Monica has the audacity to say, after ruining Vic's life, dragging his name through the mud, that if he would seriously commit to counseling this time, that she would consider yet again forgiving him and letting the whole incident be water under the bridge. But the whole point of this video, guys, is, yes, these allegations can be classified as harassment. But the point is, and when and if this goes to court, which it very well might end up happening, because Vic has taken the steps to have a lawyer team at the ready to go to war. But the point is, guys, if he really did do these things to you, and you hear from other people that he may have done this with other fans, why did you not report it to the cops or the runner of the convention that the two of you were attending when this alleged incident happened? And then you have the audacity, after ruining Vic's career, to say, oh, hey, bud, I still want to be your friend, and if you're really willing to commit to counseling all the way this time, I will forgive you. To be honest, guys, I think that this puts the final nail in the coffin, rather, of Monica Rial's story, because I can guarantee you, a judge, when this goes to court, is going to say, why did you allow yourself to be further engaged with this individual if he did something this invasive to you? And for Monica to say that because of this, her friends, family, and other women have been targeted because of this, I hate to say it, Monica, but you brought all this nonsense and bullshit on yourself. That's right, you heard it. You have the audacity to basically tear apart a community destroy a man's professional career, devastate him mentally as well, and you have the nerve to say you kept on forgiving him even though he did these atrocities supposedly to you, even though it was just a grabbing your hair and maybe giving you a kiss that you didn't want, even though at the time you guys knew that you both had a boy and girlfriend respectively. And that's another part to the story. Monica's best friend was actually dating Vic Mignogna. So guys, if Vic really did do something that horrible to Monica, why would she not tell her girlfriend, hey love, your man tried to lay the moves on me in a very uncomfortable way. But Monica, again, and I'm very sorry, and I think it's despicable that she had to experience being raped at just 17. But that should have motivated you more, ma'am. If Vic really did do something that horrible to you as a rape victim, if you really thought that it was that inappropriate, you should have taken the proper steps to have Vic put away years ago and not allow him to do that to anybody else if he did in fact kiss you and grab your hair and get too close to your ear like that. Now guys, yes, Monica has finally given the reason. She's finally given the story behind what supposedly happened between her and Vic back in the day in the early 2000s. But again, it's going to come up in court again. Why did you not say something right then and there? And Funimation, as well as some other people, have been tampering with the evidence of the supposed incident, and other people have been taking old photos of other young women that have unfortunately had something like this happen to them and plastered Vic all over them. But luckily, those pictures and the SWAT against the I Stand With Vic movement, which I am associated with, but not in a protest type of way. Those allegations of Vic being involved with any of those women are wrong. In fact, courtesy of Super Saiyan Paul and Unreal Gaming, shout out to both of you guys. They said in a video earlier today, in fact, that those photos that had been going around that had Vic's name attached to them are from August of 2016. So guys, Vic has been accused of more accusations that he had absolutely nothing to do with. And Monica is guilty of letting these photos circulate and not saying something about it sooner. Either way you look at it, everyone, Monica Rial is is the true guilty party in this case, as far as I'm concerned, because, again, if Mr. Manana really did do something that extreme to you, it should have been your obligation as a woman and a fellow human being, and as an unfortunate rape victim again. And I am not saying, again, I think it's disgusting that Monica had to endure that as a child. I mean, as a 17-year-old young woman. But if you really thought that Vic's engagement with you was crossing the line that much, you should have ran to the local authorities or the runner of the convention and had Vic arrested immediately. Because, guys, let's not forget the other side of the legal system here. We are all familiar with the little term called statute of limitations, which means after a certain amount of time, and I know the time limit's different for different states, but usually after 10 years or so, the person in question, let's use Vic as an example for the purpose of this rant here, he can not even be tried for it because the case is too old, and because Monica did not take a picture or anybody else that was there to supposedly witness the interaction between the two of them. There is no physical proof that Vic Mignogna did anything against Monica Rial. And guys, the one thing I still remember from criminal justice class back in 12th grade is for a person to be convicted of anything, there has to be probable cause and point blank irrefutable proof that they did commit the action. And since Monica probably cleaned her mouth off as soon as she left Vic's room, and again did not tell anybody, and probably threw out whatever clothes she was wearing the night of the incident, then she has no physical legs to stand on if and when this will go to court. So basically, guys, it comes down to this cut and dry situation. It's Monica's word against Vic's, and again, a judge or whoever is going to ask the question is going to tell Miss Rial, why didn't you report this sooner? And if she says to that judge, Your Honor, because I still wanted to be his friend, I hope that judge looks at Monica Rial with about 1 million different heads and ultimately rules in Vic's favor, thus clearing him of all these accusations, and he can finally start to try and move on in this professional and hopefully rebuild his damaged mental state because of all this stress as well. And guys, just overall, people like Super Saiyan Paul and Unreal and Entertainment Gaming have made a video basically dissecting Monica's entire statement. And again, guys, my whole thing is she chose not to say anything to anybody until she heard a select few other people supposedly alleging that yes, Vic did perhaps be a little too friendly with them. But the point is, guys, again, Vic is taking the steps to try and mend his relationship with the fans. He has literally had everything taken from him within the span of 30 of a month. He's he 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 he's lost all of his business connections. He's seen his reputation sent through the mud. I bet you he's even had a couple nervous breakdowns over this. And to Vic's credit again, guys, Monica and Funimation have just basically been sending these almost like vicious attacks against him, which some of them already have been proven to be false, and they just keep piling it on and piling it on and piling it on, and Vic, I believe, is doing the smart thing here and just staying quiet and making sure his legal defense is ready. So guys, again, Monica did indeed finally say what happened between her and Vic one night in a hotel room at a convention that they were both attending. But the thing is, even after this incident happened, even though she says herself, I felt like I had to act normal in front of the fans. You should have immediately said something if you felt like the accusations were really that bad, because as a woman and a rape victim and a rape survivor, which again, I am not condoning. And if he were to tell me that Vic tried to rape you again, I would absolutely say yes, he deserves everything he's getting right now. But just maybe grabbing your airbag some and kissing you, even though you may not have wanted it, and to not say something, and to not have Vic removed from Funimation and put in jail back then, I'm sorry, Monica, but that is on you. You should never have tried to ruin a man's career, his livelihood, and his professional relationship with the company that he's been at maybe not way longer than you, but he has way more history with it than you do. He has 30 years of doing the voice of Broly, and what do you have with voicing Bulma? Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is basically a bullshit, watered down version of a classic series. Dragon Ball Super, for the few episodes that Bulma is in, Resurrection F, where again Bulma basically didn't do squat. Battle of Gods, where Bulma was in for maybe 5 minutes, and a handful of video games. I guess to wrap this up, guys, Monica's statement, while yes, it finally does provide a reason as to why she started, as to why she eventually came forward about Vic, there are just way too many O's and not the appropriate steps taken if the interaction between the two individuals was really that bad. Me personally, guys, Monica says Vic supposedly pulled her airbag and then went in for a kiss. Now, here's my version of it. And again, I am not saying that Vic should have done this, but here's what I think, okay? And this is for anybody that unfortunately has had to sit through a lot of Lifetime movies with their mom, and seen the way the girl and the guy actor always kiss. I have a feeling that maybe put his hand in the back of Monica's hair, maybe pulled a few strands of it and went in for a kiss that way. But the point is, regardless of the way he did it, Monica chose not to say anything. And if Vic really was that sick of a monster that really did need to be eradicated from Funimation, a company that he had over 30 or 20 plus years experience with, and you chose not to say anything, that's on you. All the hate right now that you're getting specifically, not Funimation, because they're just doing what they had to protect them as a company. But all the hate that Monica Rial is getting right now, people, that's on her, because again, and this is the last time I'll say it in this video, she chose not to do or say anything. If Vic really is this horrible, narcissistic barbarian of a man. And again, guys, Vic is the one that has really taken the calm, collective route and decided not to let these tweets that Monica or Funimation or even somebody like Sean or Chris is saying bother him, or even if it does bother and hurt him, which I'm sure it does, because at one point they probably all were real friends, but I do believe that Vic is taking the responsible and smart legal approach and waiting to say all that he has to say for the courts there. But again, guys, Monica Rial's statement, while I do feel that it tried to be legit and it finally does give a reason for her coming out against Vic, it just has way too many inconsistencies, and the biggest thing that is a red flag, at least to me and a lot of other people in this community, is she continued to associate herself with Vic. Now I hate to keep bringing back in bringing back the rape victim thing, but that's just as unhealthy and as shady in court as if he really did do that, then that would be exactly the same thing as you marrying the piece of shit that raped you. And I want to get this across before I end this video here as well. I am not saying that Monica is wrong for trying to protect people from encountering people like this, but I am saying it's her fault for everything that she's encountering from the Dragon Ball and anime community now, because she chose not to defend herself when it really counted, and have Vic put away and banned from or fired from Funimation long before now. So all the hate and all the attacks and all the heat that Monica's getting is on her. I do not blame Sean, Chris, Sonny, or anybody else at Funimation for backing up Monica, because at the end of the day, that they're just supporting their jobs. But guys, I guess I'll finish it with a quote that Alex from Unreal Gaming said earlier today in his video with Super Saiyan Paul. Again, credit goes to those guys for putting out the first video about Monica's statement today. Alex said, if this was you and you had this happen to you or a close friend, would you let and something, and if the magnitude of the situation really was that bad, would you allow your friend, your girlfriend, or somebody that you love or are very close to, would you not say something to protect them and the rest of the public population against an individual if the atrocity was really that bad? And the last thing I'll say, guys, may seem kind of harsh, but if Vic Mignogna is found innocent of all accusations against him for everything that Monica Rial has done to him, and again I say she had the audacity to say at the end of her statement, if they would really commit to helping counseling this time, I would be your friend. Well, Monica, what kind of a friend wouldn't say something if another friend acted with you inappropriately and you chose not to say anything to any authoritative figure and try and give them the help that they need, or put them away to rot in prison where they couldn't do it to anybody else. But you didn't do that. You chose to leave Vic alone supposedly out of being a good and benefit of the doubt friend. And now what did you do? You maybe not single-handedly, but you spearheaded opening up a can of worms that got Vic Mignogna terminated from all major companies that he had been affiliated with, some for over 30 years. And if Vic is found innocent, I think the ultimate vindication, even though Vic may or may not want this, but I think if I was the judge and I read that, yes, Mr. Mignogna, you have been found cleared of all charges. After I would read that, I would almost demand that Monica issue a public apology to Vic Mignogna, and Funimation issue an apology to Vic as well for basically terminating him over false accusations. And this is where it gets really harsh, and this is where I'm going to end this video, guys. Since Monica has done all this to Vic over something that she chose not to say anything about, and then she has no witnesses that are said to have been with them in that hotel room that fateful evening. There's no physical, hard, cold proof for Monica to actually say, yes, Mr. Mignogna did this to me. Without physical proof, guys, what it comes down to is Monica's word against Vic's. And as I've been leading up to end this video, after and if Vic is declared innocent, after Monica issues that public apology to Vic, and Funimation issues their own apology as well, I would want Monica Rial terminated from Funimation, just like she did to Vic. Even though, again, guys, I do not believe Vic would want something like that. Because I don't believe either one of them wanted these accusations to come out at all. But the point is, because of something Monica Rial did, or at least helped spearhead to the surface, because she was rightfully so traumatized from an incident that was inhuman that happened to her in her youth. But the point is, she basically, if Vic really did do this, guys, and I'm sorry, I know this is dragging on and I keep repeating this topic, but again, if Vic really did act inappropriately with you by whispering in your ear too close to the point where it was touching your ear and your neck in some occasions, and he really did grab you forcibly by your hair and kiss you, even though it wasn't but by your choice, like you say, even if you were scared, you should have ran out of that room immediately and called the proper authorities. Not wait until both of you guys complete the #1 anime movie in America to start off 2019, and then try and pin this all on Vic because you were too scared to say something. Again, guys, I am not saying that Vic Mignogna has not acted a little too friendly with any fans in the past. In fact, even Vic himself has said, yes, he has. But even for Monica not to say a ghost of a chance of one goddamn thing about this, if it really happened. And again, no witnesses, no pictures, no audio, probably not even the clothes that she was wearing when the incident happened. Without any of this, guys, I sincerely do believe that a judge in in California or Texas court of law would honestly find Vic Mignogna cleared of all accusations against him. And then, like I say, I would order that Monica Rial issue a public apology to Vic and all of and all of the anime community for putting an innocent man through all these trials and tribulations and costing him and basically running his professional career down the drain. And then, as I say, guys, I would order Funimation to issue a public apology to Vic as well, and for them to finally say, even if they will not ever reinstate him as the voice of Broly or reinstate him as an employee at Funimation ever again, I would at least want Funimation's founders to issue a public apology to Vic saying, we are truly sorry, Vic, for everything that we put you, your fans, and your family throughout this time. And I would want Funimation to look Monica Rial in her face and say, from this moment on, you're terminated from this company, just out of the simple fact that regardless of what happened with this trial, with this case, you ruined Vic's career, and now your career should be ruined too. So basically, you're terminated along with Vic, and that would basically order, guys, that Monica Rial is to never engage in voice acting ever again. And that in a nutshell. I know this is a really long video, guys, but in a nutshell, I feel like overall there are way too many inconsistent holes in Monica's story. The biggest being that she chose to not report the interaction between Vic and herself to anybody at the convention, any type of law enforcement or anything, and that she chose to keep involving herself with him just out of supposedly being a good friend. And to top it all off, there's the now viral video of Monica and Vic hugging, and this time it seems voluntary. So one last thing I'll say before I go, guys, and then after I say this, I swear I'm out of here, but I honestly, from my whole heart, am truly sorry that Monica Rial did get raped as a child. I don't condemn any of that. I don't condone any of that type of behavior at all. But all I am saying, my love, is that you have way too many inconsistencies to your story, and the fact that you are threatening fans with legal action just because that they do not agree with you is something pretty despicable yourself, and you need to do some serious thinking. But honestly, guys, if if I honestly was the judge, Monica Rial, if Vic Mignogna was found innocent, Monica Rial would most certainly be terminated from Funimation immediately, because she basically severed Vic Mignogna's career and forced his name down the drains. And he's basically been turned into a monster, which, if you guys have seen any of Vic's public apologies, guys, at least in my humble opinion, he's not. And here is honestly the last thing I will say on this matter until we get new information. I truly believe, and I know how sick and petty this is going to sound, guys, but I truly am starting to believe this. I believe that Monica Rial spearheaded these accusations against Vic Mignogna because she is jealous of him. She's jealous that more people were fans of him and wanted to ask him questions. And basically, overall, guys, I know how petty this sounds, but I believe Monica did all this to Vic out of jealousy. Now, I know that probably has no weight in the conversation at all, but again, if you're going to let a person go free after they supposedly engaged with you in that inappropriate of a way, I believe that Monica decided to come forward. Again, maybe in somewhat of her own defense, be a voice for some of the other female fans that Vic had supposedly gotten a little too friendly with, but I do believe that Monica Rial spearheaded Vic Mignogna's dismissal from Funimation via these accusations out of jealousy. That is what I truly believe, guys. And one last thing. And just as a fun little fact, this is, to date, the longest video I've ever done. So, please take the time to listen to this in its entirety, guys. And please feel free to make a judgment for yourself. But again, guys, I believe that Monica Rial's statement has way too many holes in it to fully be believable in court just one last time, due to the fact that she chose to let Vic Mignogna go after they supposedly had a very a very private moment, if you will, in a hotel, that even though she's a survivor of a rape attack, again, that she chose not to say anything. That would be letting a monster out to the community and to the public world, especially knowing how public of a company that all of you work for. That would be like letting a convicted murderer out of prison for good behavior that was supposed to get the death penalty. So again, guys, I do believe that Vic will eventually be vindicated and declared innocent. I also believe that that this reminds me so much of Dr. Kashu from G Gundam being placed in that cryogenic state because everybody believed that he created the Dark Gundam. Well, in this case, guys, Vic Mignogna is now the one being forced have his career be put into that cryogenic sleeping chamber, and the Dark Gundam in this case is Monica Rial, because she chose to basically let Vic go free, and I believe she spearheaded these accusations. Again, maybe at first as in defense to young women out there that again Vic may have been been a little too touchy with, but again, it goes back to what Alex and Paul said earlier today. If it was you, me, or any other reasonable person in the world, I would have immediately said something to the convention runner and have Vic removed from that convention immediately and into the hands of proper enforcement. And basically, to sign off here, guys, I also truly do believe that Monica, if Vic is found innocent, she should be terminated immediately, because, Monica, you've caused enough damage to a poor man's career. He will probably never be able to voice Broly again in a professional way, except for his own entertainment, because of everything that you decide to put forth, and for that, I think you should be terminated from Funimation as well. And just as one last jab here, guys, Monica, I just want to say from me to you, despite me being sympathetic for everything that you went through when that raping incident happened for you at the tender age of 17, this gives you no excuse to ruin another man's life and divide a community to where there's actually been physical and verbal fights between members of the Dragon Ball community. And just as one last jab to you, and this time I do mean this with all the support for picking my fist. I never liked you as Bulma. I think that if Vic is cleared innocent, Funimation should immediately terminate you, and hopefully they will reach out to the real voice of Bulma, Tiffany Bolger. And that's another thing, guys. I think Monica is jealous and decided to spearhead these accusations against Vic because she only has three movies: Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is basically a watered down version of a classic Dragon Ball series, and every video game after Tiffany Bolger left Funimation. So again, that's another reason why she could have spearheaded the movement to basically terminate Vic, because she's jealous of the bigger history that he has with the fans. So again, guys, Monica Rial's statement, I think it's so inconsistent that it is only a matter of time before Vic Mignogna is at last vindicated. And like I said, Monica, if I were the judge, I would immediately have you terminated as an employee of Funimation. I would order that you retire as a voice actor altogether for everything that you've done to this man, emotionally, professionally, and even psychologically, after all this stress. And and I do mean what I said. I never liked you as the voice of Bulma.